Hi everyone, Subhajit this side and welcome back to another YouTube video. So today's video topic is robots.txt. So you have probably heard of it about a robot file of our website. So today in this video we are going to discuss about robots.txt. So in this video we are going to learn what is robot.txt, why a robots.txt file is important, where a robot file should be placed, how to check any websites robots.txt, how to write a robots.txt, how to test a robots.txt file, and some advanced concepts you have to know about robots.txt. So let's get started. So what is robots.txt? Robots.txt is a simple plain text file which is live at a website's root directory, which tells crawlers or bots which pages to crawl and which pages not to crawl. So here there are some misconception about robots.txt file, like some beginners uh, might think that if we are blocking any path or url from robots.txt file, then it will not be indexed in Google's search engine result pages, but it is completely wrong, because robots.txt file is a set of suggestions to the crawlers that which uh, folders or directories the bots or the crawlers should crawl and which directories or pages they should not. But it is not a strict directive that tells Google which page to index or which folder to index. It is just suggestions for bots which pages to crawl and which pages the bots should not crawl. Okay, and it is a simple .txt file. Okay, so we can build a robots.txt file in the notepad as well, because it is a txt file. So let's see where a robots.txt file should be put on your website. So let's assume this is your website's folder structure. This is the root directory of your website, and under the root directory there are some other files. Okay, so this folder 1 comes in the root directory, the folder 2 also lies in the root directory, and this should be the folder 3, and the robots.txt file should also be in the root directory of your website. Okay, so let's move on to how to check a website's robots.txt file, which is our the next topic. So let's assume we are visiting any kind of website. Let's take example of Screaming Frog. So Screaming Frog. Now, this is the Screaming Frog's website, and how to check a robot file. So you have to go to the URL section and just ending the URL, main domain's URL, just like screamingfrog.co.uk, then just simply write robots.txt and it will move to us the robots.txt file of that website. For example, we can take example of any other kind of website. So the robots.txt path remains the same for every website, not like the sitemap of websites, because sitemaps can be various formats. Okay, so we will discuss that in the later part of the video. So to check a website's robot.txt file, just the ending of the main URL, just write robots.txt file and it will lead the website's robot file to you. Okay, so now we have covered what is robot.txt file, why a robots.txt file is important, because it tells Googlebot or any other bot or crawler which pages or folders they should crawl and which should not. We have seen where a robot.txt file should be placed in the root folder. We have also learned how to check a website's robot.txt file. Now let's move on to how to write a robots.txt file. So to write a robots.txt file, we need a text editor. I am using VS Code. You can use even your notepad. So the robots.txt file, a basic robots.txt file just looks like this. User agent. So what is a user agent? A user agent is the type of bot. So there are many kind of bots, like Google uses Googlebot, the Bing uses its own bot that is known as BingBot. So the Baidu search engine uses their own crawler or bot that is known as Baidu Spider, as far as my memory serves. So there are various kinds of crawlers or bots. So we are setting an instruction for every kind of bots. So the star or the asterisk denotes all. This is also known as the wildcard. So we are setting user agents for all kinds of bots. So this line means user agents all. So this line just simply saying that the instruction is for all kinds of bots. Now there is the set of instructions allow. So what it means that for every kind of bots or crawlers, all the URLs, all the folders are crawlable. So they can crawl all the folders, all the assets of the website. So if I just change it to disallow, so that means for this is the instruction for all kind of bots that they cannot crawl any kind of URLs or directory of this particular website. So now let's set into allow. So okay, there is one more thing, that if there is no allow all is written in the robots.txt file, so it is by default allowed to crawl every folder or directories. Okay, so now for many websites we can see that there are tag pages indexed in the website and Google can crawl the tag pages. So we can disallow or set instructions, some suggestions to the crawlers that do not crawl the tag pages. So okay, and this instruction will tell Google or not only Google but all kind of bots that hey, every kind of bot, you should not crawl this directory. Okay, and in the same way it can be category pages. Okay, so apart from this, for example, there are some category pages or there is a certain category pages that we want our crawlers or bots to crawl. we can set that instruction as well. So in that case, we can allow that the particular URL path, like category business. Okay, so that means the bots cannot crawl all the category pages, but they are allowed the business page to be crawled. Okay, so apart from this, we can see sitemap in the crawler, in the robots.txt. Okay, so here we will put our sitemap. Okay, so let the sitemap URL be example.com and sitemap.xml. So here we can put multiple kind of sitemaps, not only the main sitemap. We can here put the post sitemap, we can here put the pages sitemap. So we can here put any kind of valid sitemaps that we want our bots to see, that these are the sitemaps I am suggesting you to crawl. Okay, so this is how we write a robots.txt file. So you can see the extension is .txt and the file name can never be changed. Okay, we always have to name our robot file as robots.txt or it will be invalid. Okay, so far we have learned that the wildcard means, the wildcard asterisk denotes all kind of user agents. So we are setting suggestions or instructions for all kinds of user agents to disallow crawling the tag pages, disallow crawling to category pages, but allow crawling the business category pages. Okay, and we are putting our sitemap so that these sitemaps are easily accessible to the bots. Now we have also covered how to write a robots.txt file. Now let's see how to test a robots.txt file. This is interesting part. Okay, so to test a robot.txt file which we have written, we are going to our website, that is this URL. Here we are going to visit this URL, that is technicalseo.com/tools/robots-txt. So this is a tool from Technical SEO for Technical SEO that you can test your robots.txt file for. So let's take the example for example.com. Okay, now we have to keep the URL format. We cannot put the only domain in this section. Now we have to select the user agent. So we will be selecting the Googlebot smartphone because currently everything is mobile centric. So Google also gives priority to mobile first. Now let's copy our robots file. Okay, and just paste the robots.txt file here, and now hit the test button. So this will test the robots.txt file for example.com. So now it will check it is valid or not. Either way, it is passed or failed the validation of the robots.txt file. So let's wait a bit and see the results. Now we can see the test is completed. So this does not mean that the tag pages is disallowed from crawl or category pages is disallowed from crawl, how we can understand that. So let's put the tag URL as well in the URL path. So now for example.txt slash tag that we have disallowed from the robot file, let's test it if it is disabled or not. Now we can see the test is successful and the tag page is disabled. Okay, so same for the category page, it will be disabled as well, because we have blocked from the robots.txt file that the crawlers cannot crawl that kind of pages we are disallowing. The website can be slow for a few times, but that is nothing to worry about because it is testing. uh, okay, so this kind of glitch happens sometimes, so let's run the test again. Okay, so we can see that the category page is also disallowed from being crawled. So now let's test the business category that we have allowed. Let's see if it is being passed or not. So now we can see that this business category is allowed from the category pages because we have allowed that. So now we have also learned how to test our robots.txt file if it is properly taking our instruction or not. Okay, so now there are some advanced concepts that you have to know about the robots.txt file. So let's jump into it. So how much uh, instruction or suggestion is well described, it matters a lot. Okay, so for example, there can be uh, disallow of a path just like the category path, but allowing the category business path. So compared to that, this disallow, let's here coming here. So this disallow instruction is short. Okay, this is giving a general instruction or suggestion to the crawlers that they should not crawl. This is much more less specific, but you can see the allow suggestion. This is much more specific to a crawler that you should crawl the category pages and then go to the business category. So wherever there is a case when a suggestion or instruction in robots.txt file which is more defined, that will be considered more than a less elaborative or less specific instruction in the robots file. So for example, let's we have already seen this example that the category page is disallowed, but the specific instruction for the business pages is allowed, because this allowed, despite of disallowing the category pages, the allowing business category is much more specific and elaborative to the crawler. So there might be some experimental cases. So this is also the part of the advanced knowledge of robots.txt. So let's take example. We are allowing all the directives and also disallowing all the directories. So what do you think? what will be happening. Let's test it. So let me remove all these other things and now just test it. Okay, sorry, my mistake. We can see that the user agents can crawl everything despite we are disallowing. So what happened here? So this is another kind of scenario where Google bot will see some instructions that are of same length. For example, allow, then allow everything, disallow everything. Okay, so these are the same level of instructions. We are not going very deep for each instructions. Okay, or we can rephrase that the level of instructions are the same. Okay, allow everything and disallow everything. So what will happen here, that Googlebot will follow the instruction in the robots.txt file or the suggestion whichever is less restrictive. Okay, so here allowing is less restrictive compared to disallowing. So Googlebot is following the allow all in that case. So these are the advanced parts that we have to keep in mind, that this kind of scenarios can arrive where you have to keep these points in the mind. Okay, so that is for the video. So in the video we have completely covered what is a robots.txt file, why it is important, where should we place, how to check a robots.txt file of websites. Okay, and we have also learned to write and test a robot.txt file, and as promised you have gained some advanced robots.txt concepts that you have to keep in mind while configuring or writing a robots.txt file or a website. So that is for this video. So we will meet in another video again. So till then, stay tuned. Bye.